Good afternoon, everyone. Today we are going to start the new topic, that is need of repertory. In the introductory part, we discussed about what is repertory, how repertory is helpful while prescribing or while finding out the similar group of remedies. So, as we all know that homeopathic medicines we prescribe to the patient, we find this medicine, homeopathic medicine, on the basis of law of similar. A physician with his knowledge and experience establishes a similarity between natural disease and artificial disease. So what is law of similar? We match the symptoms of the patient with symptoms of the remedy from our materia medica, and with the similar the medicine which is having the similar action as that of the patient's suffering, we use that medicine, that similimum, to treat the patient. And to find out such similimum, to find out such similarity between the natural disease and artificial disease, or the patient's symptom and prover's symptom, the physician should have proper knowledge as well as experience to find out such similarity between natural disease and artificial disease, or the patient's symptoms. The physician when the physician should have proper knowledge and experience, then only he can able to match the similarity between natural disease or the patient's symptom with the drugs or medicinal symptom. With the evolution of the dynamic theory in homeopathy, the qualitative study of drug and patients also got accelerated. So this is whatever theory we are using while treating the patient in homeopathy, we are using the dynamic theory. The vital force, it is not visible, it was invisible, it was dynamic in nature, and when the person become ill, the person become diseased, then we said that the dynamic vital force, the invisible vital force, it get disturbed, and we restored that vital force into its previous state when we are treating the patient. So this theory, this dynamic theory, we are using in homeopathy while treating the patient. And with evolution of this dynamic theory in homeopathy, the qualitative study of drug and patients also get accelerated. Need of repertory. So today's our topic is need of a repertory. Why Dr. Hahnemann he felt to write down such index of symptom? Why he felt a need that while treating or while finding out the simillimum, we should have such index of symptom so that we can able to find out the simillimum easily. So in introductory part, we discussed about this in short. Anyone can tell me why Dr. Hahnemann he felt need to write down repertory or to write down such index of symptoms? Yes,
Ma'am,
yes,
to establish similarity
yes.
between the natural disease and artificial disease.
Without repertory also we can establish the similarity between natural and artificial disease. Then why
But we
Dr.
can,
Hahnemann felt need? Yes,
because we cannot find exact simillimum, and with the help of repertory, we can find the exact simillimum with a short time duration.
yes. It is not that without repertory we cannot able to find out the exact simillimum. Without repertory, very good. Without repertory also we can able to find out the simillimum, but it takes a lot of time, it takes lot of efforts, and to it is time consuming process, and to save the time and in less efforts, when we reach towards a group of simillimum, keep in mind with the help of repertorization, with the help of repertory, we can reach towards simillimum. We can get a group of similar remedies, not exact simillimum. We are always depend on materia medica for finding out the final simillimum of the case. So after repertorization, with the help of repertory, we can reach towards a group of simillimum with less time. So in this slide, it was given need of repertory. Why Dr. Hahnemann, he himself felt the need of repertory. The homeopathic materia medica, which records multitudinous symptoms of drugs, is like an ocean. In homeopathic materia medica, there are so many drugs. At that time also, many drugs are proved on Hahnemann himself as well as by other provers. By Hahnemann himself, he proved many drugs. But though every drug is acting on each part of the body, each system of the body, so the symptoms of each drug, it was difficult to remember each and every symptom of each and every drug. Though Dr. Hahnemann, he himself proved many drugs, but then also he felt difficulty to recollect the symptom in which medicine, or after proving which medicine, he find which symptoms. It was confusing fact. So the homeopathic materia medica, which records multitudinous symptoms of drugs, is like an ocean. So from the ocean, from a large ocean, we have to find out one symptom. So it was difficult. It would be time consuming and at the same time confusing. So in many drugs, the similar symptoms we found. For example, headache. For headache, there are so many drugs in that. For right-sided headache, if we consider, then for right-sided headache also there are so many drugs. Then from that group of medicines which are indicated for right-sided headache, we have to choose the simillimum with the help of other mental generals, other physical generals. Okay, so to find out the exact simillimum from the ocean of materia medica, it is a time consuming fact, it is a laborious work. The physician should work hard, and at the same time it is also confusing factor. Therefore, a need was felt for working manual to erase the task of finding out a specific drug. So Dr. Hahnemann, he felt a need of such a manual which can ease the work of the physician in finding out the specific drug. We can easily, or the physician can easily find out the indicated medicine for that condition. As I told just now, if there is right-sided headache, then if we don't have repertory, then from materia medica we are not, if we go through whole materia medica, then also we cannot remember which medicines are indicated for right-sided headache. But in a repertory, when we refer the repertory, when we refer the index of symptoms, then we can easily find out the group of indicated remedies. So the need was felt for a working manual to ease the task. So the need was felt for a working manual to to ease the task of finding out a specific drug. Such a need was felt as early as in Hahnemannian era, or at the time of Hahnemann, he himself felt such need of writing down index of symptom. The homeopathic practice, that is arriving at the simillimum, is an application of logic to find the most similar remedy from a group of apparently similar ones. So, to find out the simillimum, as I told, the homeopathic practice, that is arriving at the simillimum. We have to find out the simillimum while treating the patient. Is an application of logic to find the most similar remedy from a group of apparently similar ones. Means, though with the help of repertory, our work or our time is saving, our efforts become less, but then also we cannot find out the exact simillimum. We find out the group of similars, group of apparently similar remedies, and from that group of apparently similar remedies, we have to find out the simillimum with the help of other symptoms from the case. As I told, as for example, we have to use mental general symptoms, physical general symptoms for the purpose of differentiation to reach towards the simillimum. So with the help of repertory, we are not getting the exact simillimum, we get the group of apparently similar remedies, and from that group of apparently similar remedies, we have to differentiate the simillimum with help of other symptoms by referring our materia medica. The logic began with first to index the ever enlarging materia medica and then to apply it in finding out the similimum. So the logic began with the first to index the materia medica. The logic began first to index the ever enlarging materia medica and apply it in finding out the similimum. As I told just now, that with the help of group of apparently similar remedies, with the help of other symptoms in the case, we have to find out the exact similimum after referring our ever enlarging our vast materia medica. It is aptly said that the need of repertory comes by the character of homeopathy itself. So, the need of repertory, it came from the character of homeopathy itself. The repertory is an outcome of logical human mind. So, this is outcome of logical human mind. This is outcome of the mind of our master Dr. Hahnemann, and he logically arranged the symptoms, and in front of those symptoms the indicated remedies are written, so that the repertory is nothing but outcome of logical human mind. While treating the patient or the person is suffering from natural disease. Naturally, he become ill. Then, by using law of similars, after taking the proper history of the patient who is suffering from natural disease, when the patient came to our clinic, we take the proper history, and by applying the law of similars, by doing proper analysis, evaluation, by forming the proper totality of the case, when we do proper repertorization, by using law of similars, we find out the exact similimum for the case with the help of or by using our materia medica. How we find out the similimum? After repertorization, as we get the similar or indicated group of remedies for that disease condition, we match the symptoms of the person or symptoms of the natural disease with the symptoms of the medicine or symptoms of the prover. When we match these symptoms, then we can able to remove this natural disease with the action of this artificial disease which we create in patient with higher intensity, and so this higher acting artificial disease, it remove the natural disease of the patient and we get the cure. So to get the cure in the patient, we use there is need of repertory which is felt by Dr. Hahnemann and also it is very useful tool to find out the group of similar medicines from a large ocean. So from that group of similar medicines, we can find out the similimum, and we can, with the help of our materia medica, and we can able to remove this natural disease of the patient. The homeopathic materia medica is ever enlarging. The number of medicine as well as clinical experience are increasing day by day. So, as the materia medica is ever enlarging, the number of medicines as well as clinical experiences, they are increasing day by day, because many homeopaths, they are using homeopathic medicine while treating the patient, and they get results very well. So the clinical experience is also increasing day by day. One can clearly understand how fast our materia medica is developing, and why is a repertory required from the table mentioned below. As many medicines are included in our materia medica daily, so it is called as ever enlarging materia medica. Our materia medica was not limited. Day by day, number of medicines in materia medica, it was get increasing. Nowadays also many medicines are proved, and after proving it was included in our materia medica. So our materia medica is ever enlarging. As in 1805, there are only 27 number of medicines in materia medica. In 1921, there are about 1,600 medicines in materia medica. Then in 1955, there are 2,000 medicines in materia medica. Then in 2001, there are about 4,200 medicines, and in 2004, there are 4,497 medicines are in our materia medica. These days, approximately 5,000 medicines are known to the profession, and each medicine has a vast symptomatology. So as such maximum number of medicines are included in our materia medica, as such large number of medicines are there, we cannot able to we cannot able to recollect each and every symptom of each and every medicine. So the symptom, because the symptomatology is too much vast, thus the repertory becomes an essential tool in finding out an indicated medicine. So the need felt by Dr. Hahnemann that we should have such essential tool to find out the indicated medicine. A majority of physicians who have never used or have rarely used the repertory complain about its elaborate method and time-consuming nature. As far as students are concerned, they should not fall prey to the habit of shortcuts in medicine. Many times students, they like the shortcuts to find out the similimum, but this is not the proper way to find out the similimum. With shortcuts, without proper repertorization, we cannot able, or we cannot, there may be mistakes in finding out the similimum. Maybe it may be occasionally you can find out the similimum, but majority of time your results are wrong. So never go or never fall the habit of shortcuts in finding out the medicine. We always do proper repertorization, as you doesn't have that much knowledge as well as you doesn't have the experience. The physicians who are newly practicing, they should have the proper repertorization to find out the similimum, and always use the repertory. So the repertory become how it was useful. You can able to find out its uses and how it was helpful to find out the similimum. After using the repertory, you can able to know how the repertory is important. This was well emphasized by J. Wills Hertz, the author of Medicine of Practicing Physicians, when he wrote, the goal of medical school should be to lead the student to the realization that there is no shortcut to learning and encourage students to have a workable strategy for learning medicine. So, as Dr. Wills, he said that there should be no shortcut in learning as well as in working strategy. In the same way, in practice also, to find out the similimum, there should no shortcut. You should go in proper way. By repertorization only, you can reach towards the group of similar remedies and you can find out the similimum. Thus, it is a must for a practitioner and more particularly for a learner. So, go in a proper way, avoid shortcuts. It is not only for the learners, it is not only for the students, but it is a must for practitioner also. Dr. Smith said that no one can know everything, and that is why, in all honesty, one must admit that no conscientious homeopathic doctor can practice homeopathy in a serious and really scientific way without a repertory. To meet the challenge of exploiting materia medica, the homeopathic repertory was born.